This evening, government announces plans to upgrade and construct quality sports grounds across the country. PNCR condemns government's demolition of the party's Lethem building. Teenage mother surrenders after abandoning newborn baby on Seashore in Mahaicony. In the region, bird flu kills sea lions birds as outbreak hits Peruvian coast. And internationally, Taiwanese train for possible war with China as tensions rise. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Updates. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, the People's National Congress Reform Office in Lethem was dismantled early this morning due to the government's decision to repurpose the building for a health center. The Regional Executive Officer Carl Singh clarified that the building belonged to the state and several notices were sent to the PNCR to vacate the building. However, during a People's National Congress Reform press conference today, Member of Parliament Mansa Walton Desir stated that while the party received the notices, those letters did not reflect the proper legal process.
What I can say is that we are not in receipt of a court order or any court action that would indicate that there is some dispute about the ownership and possession of this property.
In a press release issued today, the People's National Congress Reform also stated that they strongly condemn the government's demolition of their regional building in Lethem, which was carried out with the assistance of the police. The party members claim that the items belonging to the party were also seized during the demolition, which they consider an act of state terrorism. The People's National Congress Reform further stated that they see this action as evidence of the government's disregard for the rule of law and democracy and their desire for total dominance and control. The party has instructed its officials to file a police report and is calling for a fair and impartial investigation into the matter. They also plan to inform the diplomatic community about the incident. The PNCR has stated that they owned the property for around 50 years and has never had its ownership or possession challenged. In other news, Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports Charles Ramson Jr. announced plans to upgrade and construct quality sports grounds across the country, ensuring every region can practice cricket year-round. The lack of suitable facilities across the country has prevented players from effectively honing their skills. Still, the government's investment in upgrading and constructing sports grounds will provide players with year-round practice opportunities. The government plans to renovate a ground in Anna Regina Region 2, one in Mackenzie Linden, and another in Albion Region 6. Additionally, other sports grounds across the country will be upgraded. The Albion Cricket Ground is expected to be completed within the next 6 months, while the other two grounds will be completed within 4 months. The grounds at Anna Regina and Mackenzie will also benefit from International Cricket Council standard lights. The Palmyra Stadium, expected to be completed by the end of 2025, will benefit from international standard sports facilities. Minister Ramson stated that the investment is significant for Ghana's international recognition as a cricket playing nation, income earner, and youth engagement. On a different note, 2 men are in police custody after they were found with over 82 pounds of marijuana in a car trunk at Seafield Public Road, West Coast, Berbice on Wednesday, March 1st. Reports said that around 4 p.m., 2 police ranks went to Seafield Public Road where they saw a silver Fielder wagon motorcar HD 4490 parked on the northern side of the public road. The ranks approached the car and saw Elton Brown, a 32-year-old taxi driver from Caneville, East Bank, Demerara, seated in the driver's seat, and Trevon Sinclair, a 24-year-old laborer from New Amsterdam, seated in the front passenger seat. The police sergeant searched the car and found 3 multicolored bags in the trunk. The 3 bags contained 5 wrapped bulky parcels, all containing leaf seeds and stems suspected to be cannabis. Brown and Sinclair were told of the offense, arrested and cautioned. Brown, however, admitted that he had received the marijuana from an unknown man. In contrast, Trevon Sinclair denied any knowledge of the drugs in the vehicle. They were both escorted to the Weldad police station along with the cannabis, which, when weighed, amounted to over 37,000 grams. The 2 suspects are in custody and charges are expected to be laid shortly. Stick around after the break. 260 suspected AK-47 rounds of ammunition found at Karakara Creek, London, and teenage mother surrenders after abandoning newborn baby on Seashore in Mahaicony.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Give your home or office some shine. Fortune Investment Company. We provide reliable commercial and residential professional cleaning services in Guyana. We clean homes and commercial offices. Other services offered are floor care and tile polishing, interior auto detailing services, power washing, weeding and cleaning, and carpet, couch, and mattress cleaning. We are committed to keeping your homes and offices squeaky clean. Call us now at 592-689-7558 or 592-639-6365 or visit us at 3430 Jackson North Rumville, Georgetown, Guyana. Fortune Investment Company. When we say clean, we mean spotless.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Welcome back. Police detectives in Regional Division 10 found 260 suspected AK-47 rounds of ammunition at Karakara Creek on Wednesday, March 1st. The police ranks were at the time acting on information received that there were unknown persons at Karakara Creek South Amelia's ward with large bags. As a result, the ranks immediately proceeded to the area to search for the wanted persons, drugs, firearms, and ammunition. While searching the area, the ranks observed trees among thick vegetation and observed one orange carby bag tucked away in the tree trunk. The bag was opened and observed to contain a blue cloth bag containing 260 suspected AK-47 rounds of ammunition with the markings of NK-9076 at the base. The ammunition was taken to the Mackenzie police station, photographed and placed in self-sealing evidence bags, marked and lodged with the station sergeant. No arrests were made, however, an investigation is ongoing. In other news, After her newborn baby was discovered abandoned on Monday at the Seashore in Mahaicony, the teenage mother has turned herself into the authorities. She is currently receiving medical care along with her child. On Monday last, the baby boy was found by a group of farmers making their way into their farmlands. As such, the police were contacted and the baby was picked up and rushed to the Mahaicony Public Hospital for examination. The baby's afterbirth was still attached and was found in a multicolored gift bag. The child is in good health and has since been admitted to the hospital's maternity ward for observation, while the mother is also receiving medical attention. Don't go away after the break. Report finds no evidence of foreign powers behind Havana Syndrome, and Taiwanese train for possible war with China as tensions rise.
Celebrity Pure Vegan Cuisine and Bar. We say vegan, we speak about 100% vegan. No dairy products, no MSG. From the cheese, the butter, the milk, everything we use here, it's vegan. Our breakfast, some of the special we have for breakfast: porridge, fried plantain, we have boil and fried katahar, boil and fried cassavas. We have soup of the day, which you all know. The main thing in that soup is the dry mushrooms as well as the bean curry. Young okras is a must with full ground food, split peas and everything up in that. Coconut milk is the main thing. Then we have the lunchtime. Some of the main dishes the people already is hitting on: the split peas cocoa rice, basmati and quinoa mix. A lot of people don't know what that, but you come down here, you get it. It's a replacement of rice and a great substitute in the vegan business. Then we have dal, corn, okra and carrots, edo leaves, chanchi down in coconut milk. There's so many side dishes, but one of the special things is the chicken that we make right here. We make sweet and sour chicken, strip chicken, jerk chicken. All of that is in-house, made right in here from scratch. In the evening, you know everything is up. We also carry a large variety of organic and natural products. Some of the products that we have here is the hemp. The hemp, that one is a very important product for the body. Proteins and everything to the max. We have the Corellia. This also is very good for the body. We have the spirulina. Spirulina is very good for everyone, but men benefit a lot from that. After the spirulina, we have the maca powder. These are all organic and natural powders for the body, especially when you're getting up there in age. You use these things as supplements. Black seed oil. On the internet, it said the only thing the black seed oil don't cure is death. And there are many more products that we have there, full variety. We have the natural juices we also make. We have from like the sorrel juice, the pineapple juice, mabi, ginger beer. All these things make from the bark or the natural powder. We do not use concentrate in this cuisine at all. Everything we do it natural. Also at the Celebrity Pure Vegan Cuisine, we have a well-stocked bar. Some people choose to have a drink when they finish eating. We need to make sure that they're comfortable, they're happy when they're leaving this place. So we do our best to provide the services that we think is required. Remember, this place are fully AC and we cater for weddings, all occasions, birthday parties, anniversaries. So we set the place so that everyone can come, feel right and understand what's happening. Come right down to the Pure Vegan Cuisine and Bar, 198 Camp Street again, and you will find everything you need to live to be healthy.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Hundreds of sea lions and birds in Peru have died from bird flu in recent months. The National Forestry and Wildlife Services says more mammals are at risk. Al Jazeera's Mariana Sanchez reports.
Veterinarian Walter Silva combs long stretches of beach every day, searching for sea lions suspected of being infected with avian flu.
This young female died most likely because of the virus. She could not swim not only because of respiratory problems, but its effects on the central nervous system.
Since January, Silva and other researchers have been taking samples to determine if more than 700 sea lions have died of the virus. Many of the dead have washed ashore along Peru's coast. Others, like this one, lie helpless. Experts say they live in colonies, many in protected areas, infecting each other.
It's the first time the virus attacks this way. We had not seen a case like this, the wildlife being affected in such large quantities.
Here in the beach resort of Pucusana, Zoila Rodriguez says she's worried because the sea lions are dying near bathers.
The
The stench is horrible. It's full of flies, and they cough day and night.
Nature has spared some species from being infected, but others are being decimated. More than 60,000 wild birds have died since the virus was detected in November in Peru. More than 200 million birds have died or culled around the world since 2021 because of the avian flu.
Researchers here say they're afraid the virus has mutated and can now infect from mammal to mammal and rapidly expand into people's homes.
10-year-old lady is being tested for a cough. Her owner, Marcia Sanchez, blames the sea lions ill on the platforms of this sea resort.
I think we're sitting on a time bomb with so many animals ill. And we're also mammals. Who knows if we can also get sick?
The National Forestry and Wildlife Service says more than 100,000 sea lions are at risk. Many survive, but there's no cure and many infected are likely to die. And, unable to say what is the real danger for humans, they advise people to stay away. Mariana Sanchez, Al Jazeera, Pucusana, Lima.
Meanwhile, a U.S. intelligence investigation has concluded it is very unlikely a foreign adversary is responsible for the so-called Havana syndrome. American diplomats and intelligence officers around the world have been left suffering mystery ailments since 2016 when it was first reported in Cuba. Al Jazeera's Heidi Zucastro reports.
Whatever's causing American diplomats to lose their hearing, have migraines, suffer from nausea, and lose their memory, it's very unlikely that a foreign power is behind it. That is the conclusion reached by the U.S. intelligence community after a 2-year investigation that covered more than 1,000 cases and spanned 90 countries. The declassified report released Wednesday also says investigators can find no credible evidence that a weapon or device capable of causing the symptoms exists.
The book is never fully closed. We are going to, as a government, going to continue to look at every single input and source of information that is available to us.
The intelligence includes evidence that other countries appear to be equally clueless about what is causing the phenomenon.
Potential foreign actors have been as confused as the United States has been by this, and therefore they thought, well, this must be something that the Americans are inventing. The Americans thinking, well, this is happening, we aren't doing it, so it has to be the other side.
Then what is it? The intelligence assessment points to pre-existing medical conditions, conventional illnesses, and environmental factors as possible explanations. But the investigators have found no patterns to the cases.
My former colleagues have been adamant that they are not imagining things, and I, from the individuals I know, I find it hard to believe that they are imagining things.
U.S. embassy workers and others who've reported brain injuries caused by the condition have been eligible to receive government payments authorized by Congress.
Nothing is more important to this administration, to this president, than the health and the well-being of our workforce. So that is a priority for this president. With bipartisan support with Congress, we have focused on ensuring that our colleagues and their families who report anomalous health incidents receive the support and access care that they need.
A lawyer representing some Havana syndrome sufferers has denounced the intelligence report, calling its conclusion disconcerting, as the mystery behind the ailment deepens. Heidi Jo Castro, Al Jazeera, Washington.
And internationally, Washington has approved a potential sale of weapons to Taiwan worth more than $600 million. That is, as Chinese fighter jets pass into Taiwan's air defense identification zone for a second straight day. Al Jazeera's Harry Fassett reports.
At a camp outside Taiwan's capital, civilians hone their shooting skills. This is more than a gun club. As tensions have spiked between Beijing and Taipei, people here say they're preparing to defend their homeland.
I think doing this training will help for when we against China's threat. Can show our will very clearly that we are not going to surrender.
These are private premises. People are choosing and paying to do this, but it goes with a political narrative calling for reinforced civil defense. Even when it comes to more regular forms of emergency training, many have a particular kind of emergency in mind.
Well, this has to do with Taiwan's situation. Taiwan is a country that is prone to lots of natural disasters and, of course, an adversary that is intent on using force on us. So all the preparation we're doing here is to prepare us in peacetime and potentially in wartime.
In December, the US Congress authorized $10 billion in military aid for Taiwan, running until 2027, citing what it called a coordinated Chinese campaign to weaken Taiwan, diplomatically, economically and militarily. China views Taiwan as part of its territory and says its policy remains one of reunification, reserving the right to use force if necessary. It criticizes what it calls American collusion with Taipei, something Beijing says was exacerbated by then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan last year. Taiwan's western Kinmen Island is just 2 kilometers from the Chinese mainland. Aging beach defenses stand in memory to a famous victory over communist forces here in 1949. But some fear the capacity to mount such a defense now is lacking.
If China invades Taiwan, even in the presence of the US and Western countries' support, it will be a daunting task to fight off. In the absence of foreign support, it's only a matter of time before China takes over the island.
Last month, a leaked memo from a US 4-star general predicted a Chinese invasion of Taiwan and a US-China conflict in 2025. It was criticized as irresponsible by some, warmongering by others. Many in Taiwan will hope it was just plain wrong. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. This concludes today's Headline News Update. Tune in tomorrow, Friday at 5:30 p.m. with our next broadcast. For more news and updates, you can visit our Facebook and YouTube pages. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.